Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have filmed this bridal inspired makeup look. And I say inspired because just because I've done my makeup like this today doesn't mean you have to have your makeup like this on your wedding day. It's just something that's quite classic, quite timeless. Whether you're doing your own makeup or you're getting it professionally done, I just wanted to share some of my favourite products and tricks and tips for your wedding day. So I know a lot of brides have had to unfortunately move their weddings or cancel their weddings because of what's going on. So I did a poll on Instagram and a lot of people wanted to see a bridal inspired look. I could maybe make like a mini series and create more looks because this isn't the only way you can wear your bridal makeup. There's so many different looks I've created on brides and how you can wear your makeup. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post a new video. Okay, so when it comes to bridal makeup or just makeup in general, I definitely think the most important thing you can do is really prep your skin leading up to the wedding. Whether that be getting facials leading up or just really investing in some good skincare that works for you, that really hydrates your skin and preps your skin for your big day. I've picked on the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream, then the Fresh Vitamin Enriched Moisturiser, which gives your skin like a really, you can kind of see, it gives my skin a really dewy and glowy effect and really hydrates and smooths my skin for my makeup. I've also just applied some Vaseline, but you can apply anything. You can apply, this one's really nice as well, this is a Kiehl's mask, lip mask. Other products I recommend for your skin is this one by Bobbi Brown. This is a vitamin enriched face base. This is great because it acts as a primer and a moisturiser at the same time, so you don't need to invest in two separate products if you don't want to. It's really hydrating, again gives your skin a really lovely glow and holds your makeup on for a lot longer. Another one I really like for my clients especially is this one by Embryolisse, I think that's how you say it, and this is the cream Concentré. I'm not going to try and speak French, but this is really good to have in your kit if you're a makeup artist or just in general if you're looking for kind of an all-round moisturiser, because this I find works with all skin types and it's not too fragrance that it's going to irritate skin. Normally with the brides you always will do a trial, when it comes to bridesmaids you don't really do trials very often, so you need to make sure you have something in your kit that is going to work for all skin types and not going to irritate anybody's skin. I also really love the MAC Strobe Cream. This is a great product to have if you want your skin to glow. It's hydrating. Because you want your makeup to last all day from morning to night, you need to prime your skin. There's so many primers out there, so just really look for something. If you're doing your own makeup, look for something that works for you. My personal favourite at the moment is the Ordinary Silicone Primer. Okay, so once the skin is primed, I normally move on to the eyes and eyebrows, the eye area, and then I'll do the skin. But if you're doing your own makeup on the day, do whatever feels right to you, do whatever you're used to. If you do your skin first and then your eyes, do it that way. Do not try any new products that you've never used before. The worst thing you can do is use a foundation or moisturiser that you've never tried and then you can react to it and then that's your wedding makeup. So I've done my brows off camera, I just thought it'd be a little bit easier and quicker for the video. But I wanted to show you one product that I would definitely recommend to set your brows and make sure they don't move for the whole day. So this is the Eyebrow Queen Brow Fix. And what this is, it's a brow setter. So like you would use maybe like a brow gel or something like that, this is the same, but it's in like a liquid serum form. So I just put a bit on the back of my hand and just roll the spoolie in there. It comes with the spoolie. And then just brush your brow hairs into your desired position that you want them to stay for the whole day. And what I love about this product is you have time to work with it. So you can brush your brow hairs into place and you have time to move and play around with them. And eventually the product will become tacky and your brows won't move at all. This is also a really great product if you don't like to fill in your eyebrows. So maybe you're doing your own makeup on the day and you don't want to fill in your eyebrows because you don't normally. If you want your brows to just stay in place and the brow hairs not move, then you should really give this product a go. I'm then going to move on and prime my eyes. So I'm going to use the P. Louise base in the shade 2. This is also a really important step, especially on your wedding day, because especially if you have oily eyelids, or maybe you're getting married in hot weather, hot climate, you don't want your eyelids to crease and your eyeshadow to crease. Just find a base that works for you. So this base is really good. The MAC paint pots are also really good, or even a concealer. If there's a concealer that you love and you try it out and you're happy with how your eyeshadow stays on top, then just use a concealer. So this look is just something that I think is quite pretty for a bridal look. Doesn't mean that's how you have to have your makeup. You can have your makeup on your wedding day any way you want. If you want to do a really dark smoky eye or a red lip or a big liner, do it. It's whatever you feel happy and comfortable in. I'm just going to create a look that's quite popular when I do bridal makeup, or something that's quite maybe seen as classic or timeless. So when you look back in a few years, you still like it and it's not really ever going to go out of fashion. So the palette I'm going to use is this MAC palette which I've created. It's very well used, as you can see. It's just got a mixture of browns and neutral colours. So for this look I want to create quite a soft eye. So nothing that's too dramatic, but still going to give enough definition and show up in photos. A lot of the time I say to my brides, just go that little bit darker or just go that little bit stronger, just so it will show up in photos but also still look really good in person. So I'm going to take this colour here, and I'm just going to run this through the crease as my transition shade. Okay, I'm then going to take a MAC 217 brush. I'm going to take this colour here, Swiss Chocolate by MAC, and I'm going to focus this in the outer corner and the crease as well. Okay, I'm then going to take a kohl liner. This is Costa-Riche by MAC. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch out the shape that I want. So I'm going to go in the outer corner. I'm going to bring it into the crease. And I know this looks really scary and it might scare people, but it's actually a really easy way to create a soft smoky eye. Because they're a kohl pencil, they're really soft and creamy, they're really easy to blend. I'm going to take a MAC 239 brush, which is a flat blending, well it's not even a blending brush, it's a flat brush. And use this to just blend out the colour. And then I'm going to take that pencil just under the lower lash line as well. Costa-Riche is really nice, it's a really warm brown. It's not too dark and not too light, just gives that right amount of definition. And taking that flat brush, I'm just going to blend under the eye as well. So once you're happy with the darkness and shape that's given your eye, I'm then going to take some powder eyeshadow just on a smaller blending brush. I'm going to go back into that Swiss Chocolate shade, and I'm just going to really softly kind of go over what we've done. And by using the pencil first, that's kind of acting as another base for your eyeshadow, so your eyeshadow is going to last even longer because it's got that eyeliner to stick onto. And then for the lid colour, you could leave it completely matte if you want to. You can use gold, pink. I've had brides that want rose gold, gold, bronze, silver. I definitely feel with wedding bridal makeup, if you're a person who wears a lot of makeup every single day, then you're not going to go to your wedding with very minimal makeup because you probably won't feel like yourself and you might not look like yourself. And then for someone who doesn't wear a lot of makeup, don't feel like you have to apply loads of makeup on your wedding day just because you're the bride. Do whatever you feel comfortable in. Okay, so for my lid colour today, I'm going to take a pigment. This is Naked Pigment by MAC, and this is just like a creamy beige. It's quite a soft colour. And then for a little bit more of a pop, I'm going to take this Tom Ford palette. This is Nude Dip. And I'm going to take this champagne colour. Using a pencil brush, I'm going to apply this to the inner corner of the eye. I think an inner corner highlight is really, really pretty on the day of your wedding. It's really flattering, it opens up your eye. It looks good day and night. And then I'm actually going to take some of that colour on the actual lid as well. I'm then going to take this Sigma brush, it's just like a small flat brush. And take Embark by MAC, which is a dark brown. And just really carefully, I'm going to focus this towards the upper lash line. For liner inside the waterline, you can completely miss this step. If you don't usually wear it, then maybe skip it. But two of my favourite for bridal are these two. So this is a nude one from Charlotte Tilbury, and then this is Teddy by MAC, which is just like a bronzy brown. Today I'm going to do Teddy by MAC. I am going to do a little bit of liner just because I am going to be applying lashes. You don't need to do liner if you don't want to. You can just stick with the eyeshadow. And then going to just take a wipe and just clean up under the eye. So mascara is really, really important when it comes to your wedding day because you want it ideally to be waterproof. If not waterproof, you want it to be one that you know doesn't smudge or run down your face. And my favourite is this MAC in Extreme Dimension waterproof mascara. And I also really like the extended play. It's not waterproof, but it is really long wearing. I'm not going to use these because these are from my kit, so for hygiene reasons I'm just going to use my own personal mascara. And then lashes, you don't have to wear lashes. You might even have lash extensions on your wedding day, a lot of brides do. But I'm just going to go through a few very popular ones that I find I use a lot. So if you want like a really natural lash, the Demi Wispies by Ardell are really nice. So these are the Kate Daly lashes from Prima Lash. They're more fluffy and a bit more dramatic. Or Ardell Wispies are also really nice. I'm going to use these today just because they are my most popular lash that I use. A tip for these lashes that have a thin band, if you just take your eyeliner, whether it be gel or liquid, and just apply it to the lash band, this will basically darken the lash band. So when you apply, you can't actually tell that you've you can't see like the lash band at all, just like that. And if you are applying your lashes yourself, do your makeup yourself, just make sure you use a really good lash glue. I use the Duo brush on lash glue because it's really easy to use. If you want as well, you can also apply individual lashes, which are a little bit more fiddly. But if you practice, you might want to wear those because they're a bit more natural. Or if your makeup artist might be using those anyway on you. Okay, for skin, I'm going to talk about a few different foundations that I recommend for bridal makeup. If you're looking for something really, really natural, that's almost like you've got nothing on, really, really lightweight because you don't wear foundation normally, the MAC Face and Body is a really lightweight coverage and just adds like the right amount of glow. So I really like the Makeup Forever HD foundation, that's what I'm going to use today. This is HD, so it looks fantastic in photographs and flash photography. Especially with your foundation, you want to try and stay away from anything that's got a lot of SPF in, mainly because it's going to cause flashback. So if you're doing your own makeup, make sure when you're practicing, you're taking pictures in flash photography to see if there's any flashback, and test your foundation, test your concealer and test your powders, because they're the ones that can cause that kind of white cast. Another one that I love to use is MAC Studio Fix Fluid. It's a really popular one. It's a medium buildable coverage and a really nice natural looking finish. I also really, really love the Laura Mercier. This is the Flawless Lumiere foundation, which is one of my favourite all-time foundations. But I have run out, I've got another one on its way. but it's beautiful. It's really radiant, it's really nice coverage, it's not too heavy. So this is one of my favourites. So like I said, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD foundation. This shade is Y375. I like to use a damp beauty blender. So one thing I find when working with bridal skin is you want the skin to look really flawless, but you don't want it to look heavy, because wedding's going to be in the day, in natural daylight. You don't want the skin to look really cakey. So I find the best way to build your coverage is to start in layers, so build in layers. So start off with very kind of minimal coverage and just apply coverage where you need it. In a lot of cases, not everyone needs coverage everywhere. They might need more coverage maybe on their chin or under their eyes, but not necessarily everywhere else. If you're wearing your hair up on your wedding day as well, make sure you get to your ears and cover your ears, go behind your ear, your jawline, just make sure everywhere is blended. And then concealer, I'm obviously going to use my favourite Mercier Flawless Fusion, and this is in the shade 2W. This concealer is really nice. I've talked about it before, but it's really good coverage, it's not heavy, it's really hydrating, and the most important thing for bridal makeup is it has no flashback. I'm then going to apply some of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter to the high points of my face. Okay, then you don't need to do this step, but I'm going to apply a cream contour. This is just a MAC concealer palette. I think especially with contour on your wedding day, you need to be so careful and really take that extra time to blend everything, because you're going to be seen at every single angle. Everybody's, you know, your centre of attention. You've got photographers taking photos of you all the time. So just make sure you take that extra time just to make sure everything's completely flawless and blended. I'm going to lightly set under my eyes using the RCMA No Colour Powder. This is a great powder, it's really lightweight and it has no flashback. So make sure you're testing your powders out with photography. I do this on every bride. If you have a really dry under eye or lots of fine lines, maybe skip this step and just lightly set with a powder, or literally apply it and sweep away straight away, because you don't want it caking up or sitting in any fine lines. If you get laugh lines, you can also bake this area lightly. And then I'm just going to set the skin with my favourite Fit Me Maybelline powder. So the powder's literally been sitting there for a few seconds. I'm going to wipe it away now. I'm going to really lightly contour my nose just with like a cool toned shade. If you don't normally contour your nose and you're not familiar with it, then skip this step. Obviously if you're getting your makeup done, your artist might do it anyway. I'm then going to bronze the skin with MAC Give Me Sun. So I like to focus the bronzer at the top of the forehead, on the sides of the cheeks, of the cheekbones, and connect it to the top, and then down onto the jaw. I'm also taking this cool toned shade from this NARS palette, and I'm going to really lightly contour. This will look great in photos, but you really want to make sure it looks good in person as well, so don't go overboard. I'm going to take some of that loose powder and I'm going to set underneath that contour. This will just clean up the contour and just brighten that area. And then for blush, I'm going to use this pink one from Clarins. This is in the shade Miami Pink. Just use a blush that you feel comfortable in, whether it's peach, pink, bright red, whatever. If you're not a blush wearer, I would recommend it. It just makes your face look so much more healthy and adds that colour back into your skin. Also, I find blush is one of the first things to kind of fade off your makeup. Then I'm just going to blend and pat away that bake. I don't want it to be sitting there for too long. I don't want it to be too bright, that area, because I want it to all still look very natural. Then highlight, you don't have to apply highlight if you don't want to. Again, you can use cream or liquid products if you want it to be more natural. I'm going to use this Jaclyn Hill highlighter. If you're someone that prefers more of a matte finish, then you don't have to apply highlighter. I just really like the look of a really glowy bride, so I always try and get my brides to go for the glowy look and dewy look. If you have enlarged pores, try to avoid this area with highlight because you don't want to draw attention to anything. The same as if maybe you have a blemish, don't put highlighter near that because you don't want to draw attention. I also like to apply just a little bit to the tip of the nose. So I'm just going over the eyeshadow where any of the concealer is kind of taking that away. And then I'm going to move on to lips. So for lips, you can really go for anything. I find pretty much all my brides always go for a nude, so I'm going to show you a nude today. The most popular nude, bridal-wise, I find is Velvet Teddy by MAC. So for me, this is a bit of a darker nude on me. I don't really tend to wear this very often, but I'm going to show you in the video. It's a matte lipstick, which is great, so be even more long wearing. Obviously you're going to be talking a lot, you've been wearing it for a long period of time, drinking and eating. So I would say a matte lipstick would be really good to wear. I also just remembered I wanted to talk about this product. So this is the MAC Lip Primer. It's not necessary, but I do use it on brides because it's hydrating, so it will hydrate the lips, but because it's a primer, it will help make your lipstick last longer. Lip liner, I'm going to use MAC Strip Down, which is a nude brown. I am actually going to show you another combination. I'm going to go in with Backseat Love by Morphe. This is more of like a pinky nude. And then I'm going to go in with Honey Love by MAC. I'm going to use Peaches and Cream in the shade Bambi. And I'm just going to apply this to the centre of my lip. Like I said, with matte lipsticks they can be a little bit drying, so I like to add a bit of moisture with gloss or a bit of lip balm or something. And then a really important step to finishing your makeup is a setting spray. So this is the Morphe Setting Mist, but the Urban Decay All Nighter is really good as well. And then when you feel like you've finished your makeup, just literally have a look, see if there's anything that you kind of want to perfect or change. That's why it's so important to give yourself enough time to be able to do those things. So products that I would really recommend to maybe take with you to your wedding or have one of your bridesmaids keep with you. It's definitely a powder, so your favourite powder just to be able to touch up. Your lip products definitely, because you're going to be talking a lot, drinking, eating, you will most likely, no matter what product you use, even if it's the most long wearing matte lipstick, liquid lipstick, you might want to take it with you just in case. If you're getting your makeup done, when you have your trial, just ask your makeup artist what they use and maybe you can go out and purchase that lipstick so you can touch up for that day. Also, if you're wearing false lashes that day, maybe take your lash glue with you. Like I said, if you cry or anything or your eyes get watery, then it's always good to have some lash glue with you. And they're kind of the main products I'd recommend taking with you on your day. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If there's anything you feel like I didn't cover, or if you've got any questions, please do let me know down below and I will make sure I answer. I hope everybody's well, and thank you for watching.